For thousands of years, it's been one of the world's great mysteries. Just how were the pyramids built so deep in the Egyptian desert? Now, scientists say they have the answer. They found evidence of a branch of the Nile long since dried up.
Giza, Egypt, 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing 80 tons, rising 481 feet into the desert sky. For centuries, we've accepted that Bronze Age workers with copper tools built this impossible monument in just 20 years. But here's what they don't want you to know. There's not a single contemporary record proving Pharaoh Khufu built it. Think about that. Ancient Egyptians documented everything: food rations, religious ceremonies, daily life. Yet this architectural marvel, supposedly the pinnacle of their civilization, has no construction records, no blueprints, no contemporary accounts. What we do have are questions that no one wants to answer. Questions that lead to a truth so shocking, it's been buried for over a century. Let me paint you a picture of what we're really dealing with here.
The Great Pyramid is probably one of the most unique and most precise buildings that has ever been built. It is aligned to true north within 1/20th of a degree.
The Great Pyramid's base is level within less than an inch across 13 acres. Its alignment to true north is accurate, within 1/12th of a degree. Even today, with laser technology and GPS, achieving that precision would be a monumental undertaking. Christopher Dunn said, "When I examined the granite blocks in the King's Chamber, I found evidence of high-speed rotary drilling, clean bore holes, tool marks consistent with precision machinery. This isn't Bronze Age technology. This is advanced engineering." Dunn's findings sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, but here's where the story gets even stranger. In 2019, a team of researchers attempted to replicate the pyramid's construction using only tools available in 2500 BC. Copper chisels, wooden sledges, rope. They failed miserably. Their copper chisels dulled within minutes. The granite remained barely scratched. After days of effort, they couldn't even approach the crude approximation of what we see inside the pyramid. So if Bronze Age tools couldn't do it, what did? But the engineering impossibilities are just the beginning, because there's something else that doesn't make sense, something so obvious it's been hiding in plain sight. Imagine thousands of workers carving and positioning multi-ton blocks deep within the pyramid's dark interior. How did they see what they were doing? Torches? Oil lamps? That's what every textbook will tell you. But here's the problem. There's no soot, no scorch marks, no blackened ceilings, no carbon residue, nothing. Despite extensive exploration of every chamber, every passageway, every shaft, archaeologists have found zero trace of fire-based lighting. Egyptologist Dr. Sarah Mitchell said, "It's unusual. We've proposed mirror systems, reflected sunlight, but the logistics are challenging. Challenging or impossible? What kind of civilization lights its way through solid stone corridors without fire? And why is mainstream archaeology so reluctant to ask these questions?" But the biggest clue to this ancient mystery isn't hidden inside the pyramid at all. It's been staring us in the face for millennia. The Great Sphinx of Giza. According to official history, it was carved around 2500 BC during Pharaoh Khafre's reign. But what if that's wrong? What if it's not just wrong, but catastrophically, history-changingly wrong?
We put together work. He got me involved in the work on the Great Sphinx and redating the Great Sphinx. And now this ties in with other sites, other evidence for civilization.
In the 1990s, geologist Dr. Robert Schoch made a discovery that would shake archaeology to its core. Dr. Robert Schoch said, "The weathering patterns on the Sphinx, these deep, rounded undulations, they're not from wind and sand. They're from water, heavy, prolonged rainfall. Here's the earth-shattering implication. Egypt's last period of heavy rainfall ended around 7000 BC. If the Sphinx shows water erosion, it must have already existed during that wet period. That makes it at least 9,000 years old, twice as old as officially accepted. If the Sphinx predates dynastic Egypt by thousands of years, then who built it? And if an advanced civilization existed before recorded history, what else did they build? For decades, researchers have been discovering hidden chambers and sealed passages within the Great Pyramid. But instead of opening them to reveal their secrets, officials have been shutting down exploration. Why? In 1993, German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink sent a robot into a narrow shaft. What it found changed everything. A limestone door with metal handles, clearly designed to seal something away. Before Gantenbrink could investigate further, Egyptian authorities revoked his access. The door remained unopened for 9 years. When National Geographic finally drilled through in 2002, they found another stone door behind it. That second door has never been opened. All requests for further investigation have been denied. Then in 2017, scientists discovered a massive hidden void above the Grand Gallery. 30 meters long, completely sealed, no known access points. Despite worldwide excitement, no one has been allowed to explore it physically. Egyptian officials cite safety concerns. Former researcher said, "I can tell you from personal experience. There are discoveries being made that never see the light of day, artifacts that disappear, findings that get buried in bureaucracy. What are they hiding? And more importantly, why?" To understand why so many pyramid secrets remain locked away, you need to understand one man who controlled access to them for decades, Dr. Zahi Hawass. For over 30 years, he dominated Egyptian archaeology. Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, Minister of Antiquities, the face of Egyptian archaeology worldwide. But critics argue he acted more like a gatekeeper than a scientist, systematically suppressing research that challenged official timelines. Zahi Hawass said, "These theories have no scientific basis. The pyramids were built by the ancient Egyptians, period." When Gantenbrink discovered the mysterious door, it was Hawass who halted research. When geologists presented evidence for an older Sphinx, Hawass dismissed it. When engineers found impossible precision in pyramid construction, Hawass ignored it. Independent researchers said, "It's not about following the evidence anymore, it's about protecting a narrative." But science doesn't work that way, truth doesn't work that way. The question becomes, is this academic conservatism or something more calculated? What if the evidence points to something extraordinary, something that would rewrite human history? Consider this. The 3 pyramids at Giza align perfectly with Orion's belt, not as it appeared in 2500 BC, but as it looked in 10,500 BC, the same period when Egypt's climate could have created the water erosion on the Sphinx.
Ancient Egypt is probably much older than we think. Nothing more than that, but even that got the academic world very, very upset.
Robert Bauval said, "The correlation is too precise to be coincidental. Whoever designed Giza had sophisticated astronomical knowledge and encoded it in stone for a specific time period, 10,500 BC. Around the globe, we're finding similar anomalies. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, complex stonework from 9,600 BC, built by people who supposedly were only hunter-gatherers. The Osirian at Abydos, megalithic precision that defies conventional dating. What emerges is a pattern, signs of advanced technology without historical context, engineering feats without clear authorship, astronomical alignments that don't fit the accepted timeline, all pointing to one impossible conclusion. An advanced civilization existed before recorded history. They built monuments that have survived cataclysms, climate change, and millennia of erosion. And then they vanished. If this evidence is real and it's overwhelming, why the resistance? Why the secrecy? Why the cover-up? The answer is as complex as it is troubling. Accepting a pre-dynastic advanced civilization doesn't just threaten established timelines, it undermines entire institutions. For Egypt, acknowledging that their greatest monuments might predate Egyptian civilization could destabilize a powerful cultural and economic narrative worth billions in tourism revenue. For academia, it means reevaluating centuries of interpretation, admitting fundamental errors, and potentially ending careers built on the old model. Academic whistleblower said, "I've seen researchers blacklisted for asking the wrong questions, funding pulled from projects that challenge orthodoxy, evidence that mysteriously disappears from official reports. But science demands that when evidence contradicts theory, the theory must adapt, not the evidence. The truth doesn't disappear because it's ignored. It remains there, etched in stone, sealed in chambers, buried in timelines that no longer make sense." But something is changing. The gatekeepers are losing control of the narrative. Millions of people worldwide are questioning official history. Independent researchers are using crowdfunding to bypass traditional academic gatekeeping. New technologies are making previously impossible investigations possible. In 2023, over 50 million people watched alternative history documentaries. Public pressure is mounting for transparency. New archaeological discoveries are being live-streamed, making suppression harder. Graham Hancock said, "We're witnessing a democratization of knowledge. The old guard can't control information anymore. Truth has a way of surfacing. From Reddit threads to TikTok videos, from podcasts to documentaries like this one, people are demanding answers. They're no longer satisfied with 'because we said so.' We stand at a crossroads. The evidence is there. The technology exists. The public demand is overwhelming. Those sealed chambers in the Great Pyramid could contain artifacts, texts, or technologies that rewrite human history. The precision of the construction suggests knowledge we've forgotten. The astronomical alignments point to sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics. The question isn't whether we can uncover the truth, it's whether we have the courage to confront what we find. Who really built the pyramids? The answer lies behind those sealed doors, within those unexplored chambers, beneath layers of academic resistance and institutional inertia. But truth has momentum, and this truth, this earth-shattering, history-rewriting truth, will not stay buried forever. The question isn't who built the pyramids anymore. The question is, are we ready for the answer? Join millions demanding transparency. Support independent archaeological research. The truth is worth fighting for. Subscribe and hit the bell for more suppressed history. Next week, the forbidden archaeology of ancient America.